Hey everyone, and what is up, and welcome back to the weird part of YouTube, aka my channel. So today is September 13th, which is a Monday, and there was no press conference of today with Jen Psaki, press secretary. A lot of people have been asking like whether there's going to be some official news yet. No official news and no update so far. It is extremely frustrating because it is so long since some sort of an update has come. The last time we heard some sort of update was in July, as in when Biden had promised the chancellor, German chancellor, saying that we're going to review the system very, very soon and remove it. Since then, they said that because of Delta variant, we're not going to remove any sort of restrictions. So since then, it's as is, no sort of response. The only response that we keep hearing are we're working on it, we're working towards working groups with also following the science essentially for this. And after the president's mandate has come with vaccination, I did say that in my video that we can expect something really, really soon. Since then, that was on Thursday. Since then, it's Monday today. Today, however, there wasn't any press news as such. The reason being is that I live in California and there's a recall election happening tomorrow, which is all elections in the US happen on a Tuesday. All major events happen on a Tuesday essentially. So tomorrow is the election over here, governor election. So President Biden is coming into California to actually address the nation on wildfires and everything. So because of that, we aren't seeing any sort of update with regards to travel restrictions and everything. So quite busy Monday today. So tomorrow we can expect some sort of news, I guess, because a lot of things has been boiling up, mainly because of Europe. Like I mentioned, Europe banning us and we banning Europe for like 500 days, almost 18 months, and there's literally no traction since then. It's gonna become politically really, really nasty, and we can sort of expect the same thing right now as well. So again, we should see something very soon. The other reason I mentioned was that next Tuesday, which is September 21st, is when you have your mandates, everything opened up from Canada's side. Like US did mention September 21st onwards, we're going to open the borders to land borders essentially to Canada as well as Mexico. So whether they, and you usually need a week to say yeah, we're going to do that. Last time, however, which it was said August 21st, and right on Friday, that is August 28th, they had mentioned that no, we're going to extend another month. So you can pretty much ensure, just imagine the frustration as well. So yeah, let's just keep our hopes up, and we should see something very, very soon with regards to some sort of travel updates. The only thing that I can expect is that people who are vaccinated are the only people who can come in. Obviously, that is the rule for all the other countries that are opening up their borders to other countries, where you have to get vaccinated. So if you aren't vaccinated, from whichever respective country you are from, make sure you do get vaccinated, and that is about it. So with that, if you have to travel right now, I did mention that if you have to travel right now, if you don't have any urgent need to travel right now, just keep it off as is, because you have to get through all these quarantine and all that stuff, which is pretty taxing, and your cost essentially adds up over and over time. But if you have to quarantine in another third countries, these are the process. It's extremely frustrating. I did mention in my previous videos that the one of the worst thing to get out of is you're essentially out of Indian airports or of any respective airports, because people don't really understand the rules, and they just sort of do sort of hoopla because they have a lot of power in their hand. So I'm just going to describe what my friend went through just traveling this Saturday. So essentially, the mandate over here in the COVID test with any respective country is 72 hours. Within 72 hours, which is 3 days, you just have to show your a COVID test. So he went in and then realized that it was just they said it should be 48 hours, and he checked in pretty early, but then the COVID test in the airport needs like 4 hours and stuff. So they were saying if it's not within 24 hours, we're gonna you're not gonna enter the flight, you're not gonna board the flight. And never ever have I seen 24 hours again. You can imagine within 1 day to have your report is kind of hard. So he was scrambling and everything. So again, the rule is 48 hours at the very least, not and never 24 hours and all that stuff. And he couldn't get in. And then this was actually Indigo. So again, Indigo doesn't know the rules essentially. So Indigo is like, you can't really, there's no on arrival visa and all that stuff, which there is, and they're like, we're gonna get fined and all that stuff. Total utter nonsense. And then he booked into Air India, and Air India, obviously it has 48 hours rule, again nowhere to be mentioned, but they're like, yeah, you need 48 hours, otherwise get the fuck out. And it's like so frustrating, essentially. And then you have, then out of pure desperation, he booked Emirates, and then again he had to take another COVID test again. So it was like 3 times COVID test again, just because they can do so, because they have so much authority to like board you in. They do so all these stuff. So if you have to come into the country, if you are planning to quarantining in Qatar or Dubai or any sort of third country, I would just say come to the airport way early. They're changing the rules as is. They want to make money off people. So yeah, and also carry a lot of cash. I wouldn't say cash, but carry extra money if in case, because a COVID test is around, it's not very cheap. Essentially, it can cost somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 rupees, sometimes even 5,000, because it's in the airport and everything in the airport is very expensive. So again, feel free to carry a little bit of buffer cash as well. Again, canceling and also rescheduling the flight also costs money. So again, be prepared to also have that buffer and everything. So yeah, they keep changing the rules. So I'm just giving you a prior warning as well. So if you are planning to like quarantine in these countries because you have some urgent need, these are some of the setbacks you can pretty much expect, and I want to be as much transparent with you guys, not give you any fillers. So these are some of the disappointments which you can expect. If you're not, well and good for you. So yeah, and in Dubai as well, you do have to take another COVID test. That COVID test is however free. Before you get out of the country, they jab you in and just book, how COVID test goes. They put the thing in the notch, just swab it in and all that stuff, but however that is free, so don't worry about that. So yeah, these are the rules over there. And like I said, many people have been asking me whether Dubai is a safe country. I've been in Dubai all my life before coming here, so yeah, it's extremely safe. It's extremely people are very friendly. There are lots of people to help you, so, and language as well shouldn't be a barrier for most people. So yeah, that is with respect to quarantining in third party countries. So yeah, what can we expect this week? Hopefully good news. I really want to share some good news with you guys. With that, I'm going to share some extract of Fox News, where this person, National Review senior writer, has mentioned that there needs to be some sort of inertia from the president, from the Biden administration, to actually remove these travel bans. If you remember correctly, back in January 25th is when they announced that they're going to have COVID tests coming into the country. Prior to that, there was no sort of COVID test. People could just come in unless you are from the banned countries, however. So, now back in January 25th, although keeping the ban in place and also ensuring that the COVID test is in place, that was in Jan 25th. Since then, there has been no sort of update, except in July 25th. They're like, no, we're going to keep all these in place. So since then, there is no update. It's been 500 days. 500 days is almost 2 years. If it goes any longer, it's going to be 2 years. And, we have so much data right now. We have so much access. Vaccinations are free in most countries, and we still keep these bans. It doesn't make sense. So I'm just going to add that extract over there as well. Again, it's copyrighted. I've distorted the voice, but I'm sure that the message is loud and clear.
On the board, the countries under travel restrictions include all these countries with high vaccination rates like Austria, Belgium, France, Germany, Iceland, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, Sweden. But you can still come in from Bangladesh, Belarus, Egypt, Indonesia. Charles, it really doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all, and it's a good example of what happens when governments put out a policy. It's very hard once they have to get rid of it. There's no way that this policy will be put into place now, and there seems to be no sign that it's going. So we're stuck. We're stuck where we were last March, March of 2020, even though facts on the ground have changed dramatically.
Are those countries frustrated with the United States?
I think they are. I mean, you're starting to see not only airlines and individuals, but governments pleading with the Biden administration to change this rule. They've changed the rule themselves in many cases. Canada reopened its border. Britain reopened its border. The European Union reopened its border, and then they closed it again because the Biden administration didn't reciprocate. It can't be the case that America is looking at different science than Britain, than France, than Canada. This is a case of inertia rather than data. Of course, what's going on? The first, as I say, is inertia. One reason to oppose big government action is that it rarely goes away. The second problem is President Biden does seem to be surrounded by people who are fairly hysterical on this question. I mean, coronavirus has been a real problem. It's not fake. It's not just the flu. It was a crisis. But now we have a vaccine. We know a lot more about it. And as I say, we've seen a lot of other countries start to manage this. And yet a lot of the voices he seems to be listening to are behaving as if we're still back in March 2020, where we don't know anything, where we don't have a vaccine. And that's just not the case. So I would hope he would start to listen to scientists who are saying, this is actually okay. We can manage this.
With that, hopefully you guys like this video a lot. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you did. That really, really helps me out to make more videos like this. Hopefully we hear good news really, really soon. So subscribe, and that is all, y'all. See you later in another video. Bye.